I should be live on all the platforms right now. I'm seeing things happen. One says live, the other one says live. That first one says live too. Okay, they all says live, but the third one, I'm still waiting for a picture of the third one. Let me refresh it just to make sure. Actually, I'm not going to refresh it. Should I refresh it? Okay, I'm refreshing it. I'm refreshing it just to make sure. Okay, I got a picture on all the platforms, so now we're going to start day 7-ish of the Lego build. I say 7-ish because, like, many of those said days were not really days. They were mostly just error messages. But we're on the 4th of 5 bags and a box. As you can see here, it looks like we're starting to build the Dark Magician ring portion of the base. We already have the Magician himself built. We have the stainless steel card. We have many things. Many things already built. We have this base right here, which you guys can't really tell what it is. It just looks like a mess. But trust me, that is a base. A base with many light up Lego pieces that we have yet to see light up. But let's start building, shall we? These are mostly gold pieces. I don't think it's calling for it now. I always try to... Okay, it looks like these are all gold pieces. So apparently brown means gold in this booklet. Area X, you have failed me. Just kidding. I'm actually kind of happy with this project. And although I try to open one bag at a time, it doesn't seem like it's really possible with this set. So I'm going to have to make a big mess on my desk once again, and those pieces went way under the booklet, which is just slightly inconvenient. Just slightly. Not much. There we go. Okay, it's still under the booklet. The booklet. That didn't do much good for me. Okay, there we go. No pieces are hiding from me now. That is just the second of 4 packages I have to open up. So, am I going to get through? Now the question that I have in my mind. Am I going to get through all of these packages today? Today? Not sure. I usually build slow. Especially if I have, like, viewership. And chatters, I should say. If I have chatters, I'm probably not going to get through it. Because, like, that takes up most of my mental bandwidth. But if I have no chatters... And there's a chance I get through this today. I'm streaming a little earlier than normal. Usually these are late night streams for me. But we're hitting the grindstone pretty early because I had some free time. And with free time, I said, why not start building again? You know what I mean? So we're starting a bit early. It does not call for a flat piece. I will say that these pieces are quite beautiful. I mean... It might not show up very well on camera, but the gold looks very nice indeed in real life. Fit for a king of Egypt, which the Dark Magician was a servant of the king of Egypt, also known as a pharaoh. So it's fitting. Very happy with this color, and it's the first time that we're using this color. Now I gotta look through all this heap of junk. A square piece. This is definitely what it wants to go along with this color. Okay. Now I gotta have it in my mind that I'm not looking for a gold piece, even though it's mesmerizing nonetheless. I'm looking for 2 of these goggled pieces. I found 1. I found 2. Boom. We're really cooking now. There's the pieces so far. Now we need a double-sided 2x1. I think I found that. Boom. And a normal 2x1, and I found that as well. Sweet. All right, the first step is it wants us to use this piece. Actually, it wants us to do a lot of things. The first thing it wants us to do is to make like an extended like snow pile right here. This is where I'm working with. And we're going to be using the brain malfunction real quick. But it looks like it wants both of the pieces with goggles on both sides of this apparatus. So I just got a good clicky clack sound. Do I get another one? No clicky clack sound for the other side, but I'm pretty sure this is how they want it to be. And then the square goes alongside this. Boom. We will make you popular. Come in, Nesna. Get out of here with that spamming. So boom. Step 1 of day 7-ish. Done. Putting that to the side. Step 194. Can you believe that we've done 194 steps already? I can believe it, but I did it. So it makes sense. First piece there. Second piece calls for a knob. A new type of knob. A knob that we have yet to see. Might be a little difficult to find, but you would think that it would just poke out like that. Boom. Second piece. And now we're looking for the all too familiar cartoon shoe. Right there. Boom. And a normal 2x1. Is this a normal 2x1? It is. Okay, so we're going to be continuing to work on what we just built. And it wants us to position it upside down. And we will be putting the first 2x1 along the edge here. Boom. That was a decent click. And then the shoe along the outside edge. Nice click. And then the one with the knob on the other side there. And then finishing it up with another square piece to kind of round it off. 195 calls for this big boy. Calls for another normal square. This is a double-sided square. That will do me no good. This is the normal square I was looking for. And it looks like a normal 2x1 piece. Turn on the Eagle Vision. Eagle Vision never fails. Never fails. Except when it does. This probably goes here. I don't even have to look at the instructions. I just know where it wants me to put it. And definitely like that to round off the edges. Why wouldn't they just make the piece like that? I've never understood that. But then again, if they make this piece, what stops them from just making the whole piece in one? And then it's not even a Lego. So maybe I'm just being a bit stupid. Probably. Now that I'm thinking about it. So I actually just answered my question that I've had this entire time. So that's pretty cool. Okay, looking for some more goggles. Found one of the goggles. Looking for the second pair of goggles, and it's right there. Dang, I'm doing pretty good about finding pieces today. Okay, the first step is putting the goggles on both sides of this piece. Bam. Oh, lost it. Bam and bam. Thank you, ham bone. And using that piece to put it on the back side of this piece that we already made. And then we'll be putting this piece that we already made on the top of... Wait, that doesn't fit very well. Overhang? Does it need overhang? Am I missing a piece? I must be missing a piece. There must be a piece like this with less of an overhang, because this has quite a bit. I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but there's like a jagged edge here that would make it have to be like this, and there's like a hook there, and I just can't imagine that the builders, the master builders, wanted it like that. I can't imagine it being. And actually, I can see this right here. Definitely wants this piece instead of that piece. So we're gonna have to take this apart a little bit. A little bit. Not very much, just a little bit. Okay, that wasn't so hard. But glad I caught that mistake, because I made a mistake like that yesterday, and it almost cost me quite a bit. This piece right here almost made me take apart this entire structure that I spent a couple days doing. And that wouldn't have been fun by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so now that makes a little more sense. It wants it to go like that. Okay. Step number 197. 97 is a good number. Here we go with another one of those large pieces. This one calls for a double-sided one, which I had, and I threw to the side, but I was able to find it easily. And now I'm looking for a normal square. Oh, normal square, where art thou? Found it. I'm the best. I am the best at this. That's a joke, I'm not. Okay, now we're gonna be just easily putting the normal square on the double-sided square, and then putting this on one half of that bigger square now, and it's gonna be filling up that hole pretty easily. And we'll be connecting these pieces somehow in a way that's probably easy to guess. Probably don't have to look at the picture very hard, like that. And now it's looking like something. Don't know what yet, but it's definitely looking like something. Moving on to 198. 198 looks like more of the same. Here's another one of those pieces, just in a different color, and that's what we're working with. And we're looking like that we're going to be finally using that steeper piece. I kind of want to make sure it's a steeper piece this time, instead of just flying by the seat of my pants. And actually, there's a warning. Now that I look at it, it's in a different language. See that warning right there? Oh, half of you guys can see it. There's a warning message right here on the top right of the screen. That probably tells me, hey, dummy, don't mix it up. However, it's in a different language, so... Is that an excuse? I'm using it as one. Now we're looking for a 2x1, just in a normal constitute, not the double-sided 2x1s. In the tan color, not the gold color. And we're starting to run pretty low on those, so it might take me a little bit to find it. I found the goggle piece, so I'm going to put that to the side, because I'm sure I'm going to need to find that sooner rather than later. So it'll save me time in the future, but we're still looking for the normal 2x1. I think I found it. However, we need two of them, not just one of them. Oh, I found it again. I am really cooking now, folks. Really cooking. Now we're going to be putting in that 2x1 in the first recess. No clicks. And then we'll be putting a... That's kind of strange. It looks like it wants me to do this. I don't know why it would want me to make it like this. You see that recess? It doesn't look very structurally sound, but I'm going with it. So I'm going to be putting that to the side. And if I'm wrong, I'll just fix it later. The next piece that I was looking for is a wide boy. And the wide boy looks like this boy. And then a launch ramp. And then a hooded demend. And it looks like this is the hooded demend. And then a more normal shaped one. Probably this one here. Okay, so now it wants me to put the hooded one on the launch ramp in this way. And then it wants me to put the other one in this way, in this fashion. And by the way, if I'm putting pieces together or if I'm just not on camera, feel free to shout that out. Because I'm new to this. So if I'm messing up, please let me know. I know that my face, now that I just looked at my face. I was off camera there looking at my how-to booklet. So I just did it again. I need to be better. I just did it again. What an idiot. Okay, so now I have this. I have this, and it wants me to combine these pieces like this, it seems. No. Like this, it seems. And the other side going like this, and they connect in the middle like so. Boom. But wait a second, there's a whole other... Oh, maybe... Did it tell me to do this already? No, it's not possible. Oh, wait, it did. So it wants me to put it like this. Okay, I was correct. I was correct in assuming that this is not how they wanted me to do it. So I'm taking this apart and starting from square one. Sometimes the booklet, you know, is accurate because obviously it's the how-to guide of how to build this Lego set. But the dimensioning, it takes a three-dimensional product to make it like a two-dimensional thing, and it just doesn't work out quite right. And that's what I've experienced just now. And but it is easy to rectify. All right, that's what they want. That makes a lot more sense. Good old-fashioned wedge. And I'll be connecting it like so. That doesn't look very good. Maybe it wants it to move more up like that. Let's see what it wants. Oh, actually, it wants it to be the entire opposite way. It wants it to be like this. Whatever. They know best, supposedly, right? So I'll be putting that on that black ball and socket joint. And this is another semi-complaint I had with the product, is a lot of the pieces... Oh my gosh. That's very annoying. A lot of the pieces don't... Like, it just doesn't fill me with the most confidence on the planet, you know what I mean? And I'm opening up a window because it's starting to get pretty hot in here. If I don't open up a window now, I'm gonna get extremely rosy and start sweating. Okay. That is oriented in the proper fashion. Moving on to step, we're on the 200s, folks. Step 200. Come on now, that's a lot of work. A lot of work for a little dark magician figurine. You know, they make figurines where you don't have to build anything. They do that. Now, am I saying that I'm better than the people that buy those? I'm not saying that. But I might as well. Where's the double-sided piece? It's right there. And then two goggled pieces. I put one to the side already, but now I need to find the other one. You know that previous thing where I put it to the side, it saved a lot of time, right? Should have put two on the side, though. Easy come, easy go. That's why we're on top. Drop the piece. Drop one of the gold pieces. Dropped a gold bar. That's worth quite the pretty penny. In Lego world, of course. Found the second goggled piece. So now it wants me to put it in this orientation, use the goggle pieces on both sides of the square. Like so. And then on the opposite side, put this double-sided square on the back side of it. And then the 202 will be using this piece, a very ordinary, like probably the most ordinary Lego brick in the entire world. Just a 2x2 2 high, a 2 high 2x2, a 3x2, and then a mini ramp. Not a big one, but a mini ramp. So we'll be taking the mini ramp and be putting it on the end of the 3x2, attaching the 2x2 on top of it, and then putting this right up on that mini ramp. And it looks like we'll be attaching it right to It looks like it wants it like that, which means that there's only 2 studs of contact between this part and this part, which again doesn't fill me with the most confidence. Said that multiple times in this build, but nothing has gone crazily awry yet, and hopefully it does not. All right, now this is an interesting piece, and it calls for 2 of them. It looks like it's these 2. And now it wants one of those, except with even less sides, and a receptacle. A receptacle, I should say. All right, so the first step is to be taking these strange boys. Very strange boys. Not that one. And putting them together. Attaching them with the slightly less strange boy. Like so. So you can see how it's like every side has some sort of stud on it. Very fun. And now we will be using this piece to fill that edge, that long edge. Although, see that? This piece right here, they couldn't be bothered to fill out the studs. And now every single square inch of this piece has studs holding it together. And this is more sturdy than the other one. So why did you go through all that trouble? You know what I mean? Why? It doesn't make sense. Almost like every page has a different engineer on this project for some strange reason. And now we'll be orientating it like this and maybe just extending the long edge. Seems like it. And I guess correctly. Again, 2-dimensional drawings doesn't do it very good justice sometimes. But I've learned to guess correctly pretty often. So step number 204 calls for one of these brown ones. Another strange looking piece, and I think this is it. Yes, it is. An ordinary 2x2 and a flat brown 2x1. Is that it? Show is. All right, so it wants me to use this brick to create a extension, just in a different color extension. And then we will be using this piece to continue. Oh, wait a daggum second. How does it want me to do that, eh? Unknown at the moment. Okay. It wants me to do it like that. Okay, I see. Oh, okay. Now it makes more sense because there's no studs there. So it's creating just like all of these 6 studs is held on by only 2 studs. See what I'm saying? The structural integrity of this piece is just non-existent at the moment. But we're moving on to a hefty piece here. Another hefty piece here. I wonder why they're mixing and matching the colored pieces. But now I'm unsure whether or not is this piece that they're calling for, and it must be this piece that they're calling for. So those are 2 pieces done. And now I'm gonna put these to the side so they take up a lot of room. Looks like it wants this piece and a more pyramid shaped version of those. Where could that be though? Bedo. This might take a little bit of eagle eyes. Turning the vision on. I think it's hiding from me. Eagle eyes is not going to do it. Is this? This is too much of a pyramid. I don't think it's calling for that. And it's calling for half a pyramid. Not a full-on pyramid. Spread the pieces out a little bit more and I'll find it. That might be the last pan piece that I have. Now, they've done this to me in the past where they say a piece is a color and then it's a totally different color. But there's such a big difference between tan and gold. I don't think they would do it in this situation. So now I have to start thinking that this is what they want me to use. Well, how about this? I start building it and maybe the answer will illuminate itself to me. It looks like that goes there. This goes here. Man, that does not fill me. Love the chilled vibes. I have just started my Lego Star Wars channel. Do you have any tips, advice on how to grow my channel, please? I've uploaded 8 shorts in 8 days. Well, I don't think, first of all, thank you for being here. Mining Chronicles. Minifig Chronicles, my bad. Minifig Chronicles, thank you so much for being here. To start my answer, I don't think I'm the best source of information on this. However, from my experience and from my research, because I have delved in quite deeply on the subject matter when I was first creating my channel, my YouTube channel, and now streaming, is you're already doing, I think, the most important thing, and that is consistency. You hear that a lot, and it's kind of like a buzzword. However, when I say consistency, don't be like, oh, as long as I just post something every day, that would actually kind of shoot yourself in the foot, because a lot of people just have like complacency bias, you know what I mean? And they just post like random crap. Make sure that every single day you're trying to like get better. And also too, I think the easiest thing to do when you're starting a channel, or just in general, is like, obviously you're probably a fan of at least one other YouTube channel, one other Twitch channel, whatever it may be. And that channel probably has a successful video. I'm not saying plagiarism. It's not plagiarism. However, a lot of content creators have said the same thing. But basically, take that idea and then make it your own. Yes, I am, and I'm responding to comments that are giving me feedback as well. So that's good. Being open to feedback is great. However, don't take the feedback as another thing. Don't take the feedback as gospel either, because like everyone has opinions, right? So I would really just find what is. So you're doing Minifig Chronicles. So just on the top of my head, there's this guy that works for Legos, the Lego company, and he's like a master builder, but he has his own channel, and his videos goes viral like almost, it seems like every time. And so I would watch like a bunch of his, especially his most watched videos, and see if there's a common thread there between the most viral videos in your niche. And if there's a common thread, make sure that you implement that common thread in your videos, because if you do that, do you know his name? I don't, but I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna find out for you. Because without his name, yeah, that's probably not very helpful, right? So let me see if I can find it for you. I'm putting my booklet to the side so I can find this guy's name. Man, he's a very charismatic fellow too. Not that you need to be charismatic or anything, but you would think that his name would... I would remember his name. All right, I'm looking it up right now. Lego. I bet you if I just type in Lego, he's going to be all over this. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna go full screen for you. All right, let's see if I can find this. I'm gonna go to filters and just look at the short videos because he is definitely going to be all over the shorts. Lego. Brick ID? He does a lot of brick. The videos that I've seen from him. Okay, I found him. His name is Sam Builds. Sam Builds is his name. And like, I'm not really that into Legos, and I have spent many a minute watching his videos. So there is something strangely addicting about his videos. But what I would do is I would go to his channel, look at his most viral videos, see if there's a common theme, and try to replicate it. Not plagiarism, but replicating it. And also, too, once you're on that guy's feed, YouTube's algorithm will show you what else is like similar. So there's also another guy, I'm not going to be able to find his, but he often gets recommended, and he also goes millions of views on his shorts. But shorts is a great way to get discovered by more people in your niche. So I think you're doing already some great things. Uploading 8 shorts in 8 days, that's perfect. On TikTok, you can even upload more than 1 a day. You can probably upload 2 a day on TikTok. But the more you upload, the more that they'll kind of spread your videos out to the most people. And once you get like a wider net, you'll catch more people. So I think you're already doing a lot of great things. But again, I am definitely not like an oracle or like I'm a noob, right? I barely have any subscribers. I'm just starting this live stuff. So I appreciate your question. I appreciate you being here. And I hope that helps. All right, going back to this. It wants it to be like that. And shoot, I don't think this is the right piece. Yep, Sam Builds, exactly like that. Sam Builds. He's actually he's like strangely addicting. So like once you watch one of his videos, and if I remember correctly, his videos are like super simple to make, kind of. A lot of his most popular videos that I've seen are him just trying to ID bricks. And like, you could probably replicate that type of video in a matter of like a couple minutes. So it might be actually pretty decent idea to try to replicate some of that. And actually the person I was talking about that also gets recommended when you watch his videos is like someone that does largely the same thing. So obviously the niche is out there for sure. And I think I messed up. Because I don't see the correct piece here. And I don't think I dropped any pieces. In fact, I'm sure I didn't drop any pieces. So that means I put the wrong piece somewhere. Maybe on this one. I don't see where I could have though. Because that piece didn't call for it. But that's the only one that it could be on. Uh-oh. And I'm going to think that I made the mistake and not the people that packaged this. But that is possible. Ooh, is this it? Oh, I found it. Thank goodness. Crisis averted. That goes on top right there. Perfect. Perfect. Moving on to 206. And now we are going to be using that piece up top, making a very pointed, whatever this is. We'll be putting this over here, it looks like. And this on the other side. None of these pieces are making very nice clicky-clack sounds, unfortunately. But I'm trying. This is giving like a crickety vibe. Crickety sound. Alright, now we're going to be putting this on the other side. And it wants it to be in this position here. Can you see this? Okay, perfect. This going right there. Boom. I have no idea where the Dark Magician is going to be set on this. But the show goes on. We will continue. We're looking for a flat 4x1, a moving group of 2, and I can just put this together right now because I already know that it's supposed to be like that. See that? The 2 pieces combined and moves because it's a hinge. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we're on to the gold pieces. Heck yes. And a single un by un. That almost fell off the desk. That was bad. And there it is, I think. Yes, it is. All right, now we're going to be putting this on top of this in this orientation. Ooh, that was a nice sound. Hopefully y'all caught that. Another one. Ooh, there we go. And now we'll be putting it like so. I think a lot of overhang it calls for. I think it needs to be in this position. There we go. Cool, right? Very nice color. 209 now. We are going to be looking for another one of those flat. Oh, we need 14? 14? That's crazy. We're going to be doing this 14 times. It doesn't even look like there's 14 of them, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess there are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Boom. I got 14 of them. Now we gotta find 14 of these suckers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That might be actually 13. I might have got ahead of myself. But I think that's 14. But now we're going for 14 of these ones, the closed loops in the set. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I have one left over. So that must have been 13. I knew I got ahead of myself. Putting that there. And it calls for what else? What is those? 28. 28 of the goggled pieces. Unbelievable. I just realized that this is not working for some reason. Oh, there it is. Boom, now I got the chat back. Can't believe it takes me that long to realize that something is askew in the stream. I am quite bad at this. I'm getting better, folks. Okay. Need to find 28 of the goggles. Kind of crazy that there's that many of them. They really blend in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope, that's not it. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think I probably missed one, so there's 25, 26, 27, And where is 28? Maybe I didn't miss one. Okay, I'm gonna pretend that I didn't miss one and just continue. And if I did miss one, it won't be that hard to find it. Okay, it looks like we're just doing more of the same. Pretty much the same exact thing that we did last time. So we'll be putting these two together. Like so. Boom. Decent sound. We'll be putting these two on both sides of it. And we'll be putting the gold brick on the left half. And does it want me to do that for every... Ugh, that's not as easy as it looks. Not as easy as it looks. No, it is easy. I just messed it up. Okay, there it goes. Put in the goggles, the left-hand goggles in the gold brick like that. Now, does it want me to do that for all 14 gold bricks? I think it does. So I shall do. It does, so I'll do. Boom. Maybe I'll put the black ones together first and then add the gold ones. Like an assembly line. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll be the easiest way to do this. Yes, most definitely. I'm really cooking now. Boom, boom, boom. That's probably like 9. I'm not really counting, but that's just a guess. Here's another one. Now this is relaxing. If all of Legos were like this, the hobby would blow up. But I don't think the typical American, and obviously I can't say most people are American that do Legos, but I don't think the typical American has that much patience to do this. Okay, now that we got that, I'll be putting the headlights on this side. And I just realized I put the headlights on the wrong side on the last piece, so I have to remedy that. Headlights or goggles? I'm gonna call them... I don't know what I'm gonna call them. I'm starting to like headlights though. I was calling them goggles for the first few days, but now that I'm thinking about it, they look kind of like headlights. Boom, there we go. That was easy to fix. I think the assembly line was the correct choice here, because that was quick. Did I do that in the right direction? Yes, I did. Okay, I gotta make sure that the hinge is on the opposite side as the goggle lenses. And then if that's the case, I will be golden. Not really a pun, but kind of a pun intended. So I'm working with golden bricks. Another gold brick going on the goggles. This one feels way looser than the other ones, but I'll leave it be. Why pick on it? Don't pick at it, as they say. On the left side, another gold brick on the left side. Make sure that the hinge is facing me, the goggles facing out. All this work for one step. So I'm actually not nearly as close to the end than I thought, because this is taking up quite a bit of time. And the gold brick there, boom. And then this goes on the other side. On the other side. Left side. This one and this one. Left side. Doing it again. Doing it again. And the left side. Man, I got this down to a science. I am in the zone. There we go. Idaho. Goggle. Goggle. Brick. Goggle. Goggle. Brick. Okay, so we needed 14 of those. So make sure I got 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We only have 13 of them. So I'm missing one of the goggles. And nope, I did not find it. Oh, I did find it. That was easy. That was easy. Oh, I broke it. Going back together, you scallywag. There we go. And then on the left side it goes. That is all 14. Moving on to step 210. And it looks like it wants me to start with the singlet and work my way down with all of them. I'm just going to assume that it's all of them because that is what makes the most sense to me. And I'm assuming this is going to maybe create the ring that we're working with. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, that one came apart a little bit. Come on, get in there. Be a good little gold brick. This one goes like that. All right, this is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I love this color. I love working with this color. It's actually surprising not more people are jewelers because working with the gold color, just the color, is quite intoxicating. And maybe I shouldn't say that word. Maybe that's like a banned word on streaming platforms. Intoxicating. And I just said it again. What a dope. There we go. That one popped in there quite easy. Funny that some of these pieces are so much easier to pop in place than others. Alright, taking a little bit of a sleeve break. Going back in for seconds. There we go. And there we go. All right, so now they're all together. And now that it's all said and done, it looks like it wants me to do something new-ish for step 217. So we just skipped like 16 steps. So that was a bit strange, but it looks like it wants me to make another one of these. And now I need to find another pair of headlight/goggles. That might be a little bit difficult, but I'm sure we'll prevail. Where are you? I am looking for you right now. Come on, son. A lot of pieces look like it. Oh, there it is. Luckily, we only needed one of them. All right, so we have the piece in this orientation and putting the goggles on that orientation. And then we need a single piece with a stud, which was easy. Oh, almost lost it. We got the stud here, putting that there. Moving on to step 218. Oh, come on now. Okay. It looks like we can do it, though. It wants us to put it... Extend this piece. Maybe. It doesn't have us connect anything yet, so we'll just put that off to the side. And now it's calling for some weird pieces again. Put that to the side over here. It's calling for this. We need 6 of these. Again, pretty surprising that there are 6 of them to be found because it blends in pretty good. There's 4 of them. 5 of them. 6 of them. Need 6 double-sided squares. Again, that's actually probably... Oh, is it not double-sided squares? Are these flat squares? I think it's flat squares because that's all we have. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have those in spades. And then flat normal bricks. 2x1 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that was step 218. And we need to be taking these pieces, extending them out a little bit. Like so. So there's a little bit of an overhang. Hopefully that's going to get dealt with here momentarily. But we just rinse and repeat that step 6 times, it seems like. Hopefully I have that correct because I don't want to redo 6 steps. It's funny that sometimes they combine steps all into one, and then other times, like for even more obvious ones, they don't. What's the thought process there, I wonder? Boom. I like the ones that are like half pieces and half flat. They're nice on the fingertips. All right, moving on to 219. We're looking for, putting that off all to the side. We're looking at 6 of these black 3x4s. 4, 5, 6, and we're looking for more flat bars. 6 of them to be exact. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll be putting, okay. We'll be putting these bars on the bottom in the middle of them. So it's like a gold ridge up top. That's what it wants us to do. We'll be doing that 6 times. There's the second time. Third time. 4th time. 5th time. 6th time, and then probably moving the gold flat bars onto the ends of the pieces we just made. There we go. There's 3 of them. 4 of them. I'm assuming these are going to turn into like that magician's ring that we saw. But it's going to be pretty cool how it does do that. Now we're moving on to step 20. Step 220. We're taking another 3x4. Another one of them strange pieces. Another one of those flat pieces. A flat square probably, because that's all we have left, I think. And a normal 2x1 right here. Okay, so we'll take the, looks like we're doing the same thing that we did earlier. I don't know why they split that up. Oh, and literally we're doing the same thing. See, like that doesn't make any sense to me. Does not make any sense why they did it like that. They could have just said repeat it 7 times instead of 6 plus 1. Like why? I don't know. Maybe I'll never know. Okay, now we'll be taking this. I need more space so I don't knock anything off the desk. We're kind of cruising right now. A lot of steps have been accomplished. And it wants it in this orientation. And we'll be putting, starting on the second rung, we'll be putting the black squares on them. And then skipping 4, putting the black ones on. Skipping 4, putting the black ones on. All down the line, hopefully lining up perfectly so we did not make a mistake. Did we, or did we not? That leaves us with 2 plus 1. Okay, we didn't make a mistake so far. Moving that off to the side just a bit. Moving on to step 221. Okay, this calls for a lot of pieces again. Moving then back to the center. We need 8 of these. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not 1. 3, 6, 7. Not 1 again. Looking for that 8th one. Where, oh, where are you hiding from me? It's a pretty big piece, so you wouldn't think it's that easy to hide. Come on now. I keep thinking this is it. Moving this over here so I stop looking at it. Is it hiding under the book? No, it's not. What in the world? It definitely calls for 8, but maybe I'll just weed them out by picking up the next pieces. 1, 2. And these are right angled pieces. 3, 4, 5, 6. And every time it weeds down to less pieces, I have a harder time finding the correct pieces. I wonder why that is. Did I open everything? I think I opened everything. There's 1. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm on 7 for this one too. What the heck? Oh man. Oh, here's the 8th one. Okay, that leaves me with hope that I can find that 8th square. Let's go to the next set of 8, which is these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now that we've pulled everything else out of here besides the piece that we need to focus on now, oh, maybe I need to look for a flat square. Will that blend in less badly? No. Still is not obvious to me where it's at. Such a big piece. How is it hiding from me this well? Did I put it accidentally on the back of one of these where I didn't mean to? Oh no, that fell apart very easily. No, these are all right, I think. Yeah, these are all the correct pieces. Now I gotta put it back together. Okay. That was my bad. Note to self, don't do that again. I'm missing a piece. Moreover, I don't know where it could be. But I guess the only solution is to continue building and worry about it later. So I'll do that. And it is just calling for me to make some squares like this. Except 221 is. So that's what I'm going to do. There's one of the squares done. There's another one. And another one. There's 3 of them. 4 of them. I like the assembly line types of steps in this build. It's not that relaxing, but it's pretty nice. It's better than searching for pieces. So I'm glad that I can get the search done early on. All right, so I have this piece left. That's the only square I have left, I think. So what am I going to do about that? Just not have a flat one? Where else could I have made that mistake? Oh, I see. One of these, and it doesn't tell me which one of these. Actually, it kind of does. Okay. It wants the one that's the fourth one in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like this one is supposed to have, instead of a, and you can't see because of that crystal, it's supposed to have this brick here instead for some reason. It didn't do a very good job of making that obvious though. That's the excuse I'm gonna stick with. All right, so now I turned the page too much. All right, so now we have all the pieces made there. 222 calls for 1, 2, calls for 16. So all of these pieces should be pretty easy if they just move over without counting because it's easy to pick out in the crowd. And drop on the floor apparently. But I didn't lose it. We need 8 more of the 2x1 little gold bricks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So it wants me to combine them with what we just made. Like so. Like this. Wants me to do that 8 times. So I can do that. That ain't so difficult. A lot of work for just like piddly stuff. This side goes there. Another one there. Another one, another one. There we go. That was the wrong edge. This one will work. There we go. They're making decent sounds. I'm not sure if you can pick it up. I don't know if the mic's picking it up. Or the filter, I should say. There's like a noise canceling filter I have on this mic, so I don't know if it's letting these clicks through. Hopefully it does, because I feel like that's why people watch Lego videos. Half the reason anyways is for the clicks. Alright, so now I got all those done, and now it wants me to put them in the gaps. Moving that. Oh shoot, it's touching my monitor. Alright. So starting with this side, it wants me to just easily put them like that. That snaps into place pretty well, I think. Yeah, that's an enjoyable process to setting these in. Some of these pieces, especially working with the base for so long, right there. I know you probably can't tell that it's a base from the top view, but they don't click in. It's not satisfying. Now I'm gonna check my text messages really quick. All right, so that's done. And now we're doing Egyptian language. I doubt that it's actually Egyptian language. It's definitely not, but that is what it's meant to look like. And we're starting on the opposite side. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take the snake in this direction. And the first pieces it wants me to use is this one, 2 curves, and a apostrophe. And it wants me to put them like this. Oh man, this is cool. This is pretty cool. I've not done anything like this in a Lego set before, so that's sweet. The next step calls for one of these 2 right angles in, yeah, they're all the same. 2, a couple more apostrophes, 1, and a little pizza, little piece of pizza. And it wants me to set them in there like a right angle like this. Oh, very satisfying. A pizza like this. A right angle like that. Following it up there, and then a piece like that. Ugh, that is so cool. Love that. So 226. One of these, 2 more right angles. A little square piece, I think, right? Yes, and then 2 pieces of pizza. All right, so now we're gonna cap off this one with a pizza going the opposite direction. A right angle at the far end of that same one. And a square, and then a pizza. Going off and to the right like that. This goes up top. A right angle going like that. I adore this. 1, 2, a swoop. 2 swoops actually. Where is that second swoop at? There it is. And 3 pieces of pizza. 1, 2, 3. All right, so where was I? I was at here. So this, right there. So it's calling for a swoop. And then a pizza. A swoop and a pizza. On the opposite side, it wants a right angle. And a piece of pizza going the opposite direction. It wants another swoop going out that way. And a piece of pizza going out the other way. Like so. And that step is not done because it wants me to do that. All right, next step is right angle, donut, right angle, 2 pizzas. All right. So got that there. It wants the donut right under it. It then wants the right angle connecting that piece up top, and then a swooper going down to the far left hand side of it. And then right up next to it is a right angle, and then a swoop going, oh, that's interesting, going towards the middle. Normally does not do that. The next one is a 2 by, oh, is that a 3 by 1? No, can't be. Oh, there it is, 3 by 1, not a 4 by 1. then 2 right angles. 2 right angles, a thing, and then 2 pizzas. Devsky, thank you, bro, for being here again. Thank you so much. You're working right now? Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Hope your work's going well. Man, that's sweet, man. Appreciate it. I was actually about to hop off, eat some dinner myself, so the fact that I caught you is awesome. Yeah, I hope your work's going well. This side right there. Now I got a little bit of pep in my step after that. And this side goes into the bottom right. Like that. Thank you, bro. Man, that made my night, to be honest with you. I'm streaming early, so I didn't expect you at all. But that worked out. Thanks so much. I need to pop into one of your streams, but you gave me a warning last time that I would lose my money betting, so I'm a little hesitant. But I should do it anyways. A circle there, a half moon, 2 right angles. There it is. 2 right angles and a piece of pizza. There we go, bro. I'm excited for the NFL games this weekend. That would be sick. $25 for a 5. They must be getting their butts whooped right now. That would be sweet. All right, where was I? No, this side. The circle goes up, the donut goes up top. And then a piece of pizza. Now I gotta see what the score is. I'm gonna root for the Wizards right now. The first time I've done that in history is root for the Wizards, and that's gonna be today. Wizards game. Oh wait, they have a chance. That's crazy, bro. A 25 to 500 win, and it's only a 6-point game at the half. Bro, I need to watch this game. I feel like I have money on the line now. That's a good bet, to be honest. But I have not watched very much NBA this season. For pretty much the same reason as I told you about the NFL. But that's crazy. Hopefully they win. That would be lit. Where was I? I keep losing my place. Okay, here we are. This one over there, and this one here. There we go. Now it's time for that 2x1, the arch, the right angle, and 2 pizzas. 2 pizza slices. There it is. Yeah, we have a chance. I just need rookies to lock in. No McCollum or Middleton, so I'm praying, man. What do you think of CJ McCollum? I know he's not, you just said he's not playing, but what do you think of him in general? Because I don't like him at all. But I haven't seen much of his work since he moved from the Portland Trailblazers. But I really disliked him when he was on the Trailblazers. There that is. And then bam, this one goes there. And I think that finishes up the so-called Egyptian writing on this thing. 231 down. That does not fit in there very well. Come on, pop into place. All right, putting that off to the side. Now we're moving on to this piece, whatever it is. A incorrectly colored double piece. A 4x1 and then 2 receiving pieces. There they are. So the first step is to put this in here. Come on, get in there. This goes on this side. The other one goes on the opposite side. And this goes on the far end like that for some reason. And we'll be doing that similar process again here. We'll be putting in this orientation. Huh. I think it goes in like there, like this. And then this goes in the top portion, pushed all the way in. And then, uh-oh. This all was supposed to be done on the one that we were already working on. Got ahead of myself again. And these should pop in together like this. Boom. Okay, now it's making more sense. We're gonna make a circle out of this bad boy here. The magician circle. And we will be connecting the pieces. Oh, wait. Okay. I just put this backwards is all. It's supposed to be on top. And then like, boom, and come on now. Boom. So it's supposed to be like that. Now it's looking like something. Come on, son. And now we need to fill in that gap, which looks like the next step. All right, we have this, another one of these. So like that, in there like that. And is that all? We just put that on top. Okay, far end and then the less end, but that leaves up a gap right there. I don't like that. Okay, but we're going to continue anyways. And then we're going to be using this piece, a right angle. We'll be putting that apostrophe up here. Oh, shoot, broke off. Should have had me do this earlier. And then like that. So I think that is all she wrote for the Egyptian writing. And then I should be able to just pop these back on like, oh, come on now. There must be a better way than this. Like so. And then like so. That sticks up more than I think it should. All right, so what's wrong with this? Why is this down here? Did it tell me to put that down there? I don't think it did. Oh, wait, I think it did. What if I do this? What if I try this on for size? So that lines up a little bit better. Yeah, kind of there's a recess there, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. Think so. And now it wants me to flip this. Oh, wait a second. It wants me to flip it over. Are we almost done? What else is there to... Oh, the spell book after that. Okay, I think this is a good stopping point for now. Especially because my girlfriend just came home, I think. Or at least, I think I heard her. So we've already been streaming for over an hour. So this is just an extra stream, I suppose. I will be back tonight. I'm going to stream again. 2 streams in one day. So I'll see y'all later.